Good Monday evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Safety Stop right here on the Penny Royal Divers Group and our YouTube channel. JoJo, what's going on?
Oh, just enjoying the afternoon. I was out watching, as you start the stream, and we've noticed that the viewers just keep creeping up there. I mean, we're just already up to 12 people. That kind of makes me excited,
Hey, it's always fun getting to sit around on Monday nights, chit-chatting about scuba, and we've actually got a really good question for tonight's trivia question. But we've also been looking at some of the recent news stories in the dive industry. More particularly, JoJo, I don't know if you remember here a couple of years ago, the liveaboard, I believe it was in California, that caught fire and killed a bunch of people. Well, they had one in the Philippines, and we're going to talk about that because that kind of caught my attention. I believe it happened on April 30th, and I've been trying to follow it a little bit just to see if I can find more information out about it. But, let's get to the trivia question here first. Let's see. Where's my cursor? There it is. All right. So I'm going to throw it up on the screen real quick here. Tonight's trivia question is, if one atmosphere is 14.7 psi, how much psi per foot? Put your answers in the comments, and about 8:45, we're going to reveal the answer and see how many people got it right. So, JoJo, how was your weekend?
Tiring, but good. The weather was nice. At least in Tennessee it was nice. Hopefully you all had the same weather.
Well, it was real pretty. Saturday they called for mostly cloudy, and I believe it was mostly sunny. And then yesterday, they were calling for rain, and it ended up coming a good downpour around 3:30, and most everybody had finished up. So, they timed it just right.
Well, that's about the time I hit the Kentucky line. It was about 3 o'clock. So,
Yeah,
I was all the way home.
Well, let's take a look at the comments here real quick. See who all we've got in the room tonight. Chris Robbins is in. Good evening, sir. Looks like my wife is watching, and I know she's in the living room. She's not in her office tonight. So, Mr. Mike Schutz is there. Good evening, sir. Mr. Jeff Hoyer. Frank's in the house. Mr. Dave Lowney, and there's one I haven't seen in a little while. Looks like Howard's in here. Good evening. And Mr. Dale. So, good evening to everyone for tuning in. Tonight's trivia question is right above our heads. I think we've already got one answer here, up here. So, we're running out of trivia questions.
Practice those math skills.
Exactly. So throw them up, throw your answers up, so I'll leave this up here for just a second. But let me take you back here a little bit, JoJo. Have you heard anything about this liveaboard incident?
I have not heard about this one. I knew about the one over in California. Okay. And I know it was a big ordeal about that and how it changed a lot of the protocols in the diving industry around that.
Well, not only the protocols, but I mean, and a lot of people are seeing it this year with the insurance. So, if you dive professionals out there, if you haven't got your insurance quotes yet, be prepared. Just telling you, it doesn't matter what agency. It seems like all of them have shot up. So, but anyway, so this one happened. It was late April. I don't know if it's like April 28th or actually April 30th. So this happened over in the Philippines. As of April 30th, there was still 4 missing from the liveaboard. So that's the last update that I have. Says the liveaboard had left San Domingo in, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right or not, Cebu, on Thursday, April 27th, completing a 250 nautical trip. Let's see, 32 people were on board. Um, the nearest land was an island 90 nautical miles west of Tabitha. So I haven't seen anything else on it. I've been trying to research it because that's if it happens there, it happens here. It affects all of us in the diving industry, and so trying to keep a tab on it. Of course, I was telling Joe a while ago, I kind of got a kick out of this one. It's not funny, but it is kind of funny. The what country did I say it was in? The assistant dive master. Now,
Yeah, it's
now I don't know if anybody watching tonight has ever heard or seen a certification for an assistant dive master. I know I haven't. I've seen assistant instructor, but not assistant dive master. And if I could find that story again, but the caption of it just like made me, what in the heck is this? But apparently, a dive master or an assistant dive master somewhere. Where did I say that was at, JoJo?
I don't remember. Somewhere not here.
Now, yeah, it wasn't in the U.S. and it wasn't. I don't think it wasn't in the Caribbean either. Here you go. I found. I just had to bring it back up. Now, this was reported today, so the caption of it, and I'm going to tell you, the caption of it caught me off guard because it says underwater kiss claim leads to diver's arrest. So, I'm thinking, okay, what was this? What? Okay. So I had to read the story. And apparently it happened in Malaysia. So apparently an assistant dive master had laid a big smackaroo kiss on a 27-year-old diver, female diver, while they were diving. And anyway, long story short, harassment, all that good stuff. They come, picked him up, and yeah, so that's the reason we don't act that way. But I mean, just some of the, huh?
Nah, some things are kind of just hard to fathom.
It's things around the diving industry. We're not seeing a lot of stuff like that here, but a lot of stuff going on in the industry. I get on the web and look up, latest diving news, see what's going on. Dave says, let's see, hold on, let me make sure. I see Dave's comment here. Let me make sure. Okay, so it looks like Howard said, who designated the first dive watch? Now, all right, so let me ask this question because I just read that comment. Are you talking about a dive watch or dive computer? So that's the question. Dave says 2116. Howard said, let's see. Howard said assistant DM. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Mr. Sean Bowen has joined us. Good evening, sir. No, Howard, it didn't look like it was a typo. Jeff says 0.445 psi per foot. Okay, so there's 2.445s. Frank Winstead said 0.44. Let's see. And it looks like Howard says, that's why I stay very alert on a dive boat. Okay, so he says watch. So making sure we know watch computer. So honestly, I don't know who made the first. I know watches have been out for years, but I don't know who come out with the first watch. I know the first dive computers that I know I can think of was the old Orca computers. I don't know who made them.
I remember having one of the older computers. In fact, you put a new battery in it for me.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure out how to work.
So
And we couldn't
that's
find a manual.
so that's something I'm gonna have to look up is the first dive watch because I don't know honestly. Like I said, computers come out in the mid '80s. Not exactly for sure what year, but these things were like they're glorified bottom timers compared to what we have now, or glorified bottom timers uh, compared to today. But back then that was top of the line. Uh, let's see. Oh, and I've got other interesting news to share too, JoJo, about Women's Dive Day. But I'll share that here in just a minute. Let's see, dive watch. I'm trying to figure out this dive watch.
I just found the one about Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man, yeah.
Okay, what did I miss?
Florida man accused of using a small pickaxe to hunt 5-foot alligators.
Yeah.
Surface with a pickaxe and an alligator.
Well, I don't know if anybody has scrolled through Facebook and seen this meme, but it looks like it's like a GIF, and it's got this little old lady with a frying pan, and it's got this alligator coming towards her. Alligator, crocodile, couldn't really tell because it's a GIF, but anyway, it goes towards the old lady and she smacks it with this frying pan and it takes off.
Oh man, some Bama now.
Oh, goodness, yeah. Let's see. Looks like Mr. Todd Ransford has joined us. Good evening, sir. In other news, it looks like, let me pull this one up here. This one was about a week ago. Happened over in the UK. A UK diver's shark death classified as provoked. Really? Provoking a shark? Not a good idea.
No,
let's see.
Why mess with something that's going to screw you up?
So according to the article here, a British diving instructor, killed by a great white shark in Australia back in February of 22, unintentionally provoked the fatal bite, according to the International Shark Attack File. He was 35 years old, had not been scuba diving when the incident occurred. He was bitten on what was estimated to be a 4.5 meter shark. That's a pretty big shark.
Yeah, I just came across this hot. Just came across this one. Provoked. That makes me. How do you provoke it?
Well, it says unintentionally, so I don't know. Oh, I forgot. Still got the question up. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Had been wearing a black wetsuit, which can make a human resemble a seal. So, I mean, I get that. That's most shark attacks are a case of mistaken identity. So, I mean, I get that. Most of the times they're surfing, though. It was about 50 meters out from the beach at the time. So, I mean, 4.5 meters. So that's like, what, 20 foot? About the size of a penny. JoJo's calculating.
3, 6, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, about 13 and a half, 14 feet.
14 feet. So, I mean, it was, yeah, a pretty big shark. So, of course, this happened.
Was teenage shark and pretty feisty.
Yeah. So apparently, the ISAF database it includes incidences involving sharks and humans. So I'm gonna have to look that up. Apparently, there's an Australian shark incident database as well. So, of course, shark bites aren't common.
No, they're not. The problem is that it only takes one bite.
Oh yeah. So according to the ISAF data, it recorded 57 unprovoked and 32 provoked shark bites in 2022. So 57 unprovoked, 32 provoked in 2022. So you're looking at almost what 80 incidences in 2022.
Worldwide,
Yeah.
guarantee a lot of those are probably South Africa.
I'm trying to read here.
Be about a third of those.
It says these include instances when divers are bitten after harassing or trying to touch sharks, bites on spearfishers, bites on people attempting to feed sharks, bites occurring while unhooking or removing a shark from a fishing net, and so forth. So, yeah, interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up and look that database up because apparently they track all of that. Let's see. Let me get back up to. Let's see. All right. So Howard says the Omega Marine in 1932. So I'm assuming that's the first watch made for diving. Interesting. Uh, Scott, yes. LDC is going to be at the park this weekend. Todd says his first computer was an Orca. It only remembered one dive. Yeah, if you didn't record it after you got out of the water, you lost it. I remember those. That's what I remember. The Orca, the Skinny Dipper. U.S. Divers come out with one. I mean, there was a couple of them out on the market. Yes, Scott. There'll be some of us there Friday, so people can come in Friday evening and camp. Matter of fact, I think we've got an RV reservation, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. Krista said he was swimming in chummed waters. I didn't read that, but I mean, it's very well possible. I didn't read what he was chumming, or if he was diving in chumming waters. Uh, huh, interesting. So yeah, that's a little bit of news around the world in the diving industry. Um, I'm getting all of this from divernet.com. So if you want to check out some of these news articles, they got some pretty interesting stuff on here. A Red Sea liveaboard sinks. I don't know when that happened. I'm just reading the headlines here. Yeah. Blackbeard's shipwreck coal mystery solved. I'd love to find one of those. You know what?
Yeah, it would be nice. Just be able. I've done it once. It was absolutely fun. Just go out on a boat, try to pick something up on your radar, and you just jump in the water and see what it is.
Yeah. I mean, that would be, and I've seen stories, people coming across, old wrecks like that, been covered up for years, and hurricane storms, whatnot, come through and clear it away. I mean, goodness, look at the Spiegel Grove. When it sank, it was on its side, and was it Irma? One of the hurricanes, I can't remember.
Flipped it on its other side.
No, I mean it flipped it upright.
Oh,
so when they sank it, when the Spiegel Grove initially sank, it didn't land like they had wanted it. It actually landed on its side, and of course, it was already down there. There wasn't anything they could really do to, get it uprighted. Mother Nature come through and said, "Hey, I'm going to upright this for you," and the storm come through, and after that, it was upright. Talk about the shock. If you're a dive master on a boat, you're going out, you're used to the wreck being on its side, and the next thing you know, after the storm, first time back out on the water, you go down. It's like, what happened here?
Yeah.
uh,
The orientation of it matters for sure.
oh yeah, most definitely. Krista says the article that she read says there were fishermen close by chumming the water. So I mean that makes sense.
We archaeologists, big word I can't say.
Archaeologists.
Yeah, this deep dive they just uncovered Norway's oldest shipwreck.
Oh, cool.
I can't pronounce the lake either. Lake Masa. I'm going to say it's probably Norwegian. So,
Probably.
but it was found in 400 meters in this lake.
Oh wow, that's a deep lake.
Do it by, of course, I can't do it with original, scuba equipment. So it's definitely submersibles.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely.
They found the oldest shipwreck now for the Norwegians anyway.
Norwegian. Yeah.
Just posted on the 6th of May.
Cool. And there are so many out there that are just haven't been discovered, and it's interesting when you read something about that somebody has come across an old wreck once they get it identified and it comes out.
I found a lot of cool articles here on underwater times. It kind of throws everything together in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Has a lot
Let's let me show.
of natural stuff on there, so you want to figure out what shark is being hunted to extinction. They'll tell you about it.
Yeah. So.
Like deadly pufferfish still sold in public markets in Malaysia. Fish suppliers group, don't go shark finning. It's bad.
Getting my head cut off by the camera here. Lots of interesting news there. Like I said, that's where I typically pick up, browse through there a couple times a week, seeing if there's any new information that comes out. Not necessarily about here in the States or the Caribbean, but worldwide. There's a lot of things that we don't hear about here in the States. If it happens, elsewhere, it has to be pretty significant before we actually hear it over here. That's the reason I like to check these. I think Divewire News and DiverNet, Scuba News. There's several different ones.
Yeah, you usually find some good news coming out of Australia and Europe.
Yeah. All right, JoJo.
What's going on with Women's Dive Day? We're 30 minutes into this.
Well, I got something else before we jump into Women's Dive Day, and give me just a second. I'm going to try to fix my camera here. Oops. There we go.
The article says that the fishermen are chumming the waters.
Yeah. All right.
That's pretty bad. I know it can also make for some good diving, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you remember in 2020 when we got nixed from going to Roatan, and one of the best dives I've ever done was with Conch Republic when we were down there. And the first dive, JoJo can attest because he was there. The first dive was kind of, there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, the reef was horrible. Yeah. But the second dive, and as soon as we jumped off of the boat and looked down, what was down there?
2 reef sharks and more than 2. There was a bunch of nose sharks all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And there were 2 really excited morays swimming back and forth.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, that was, that was probably one of the best dives that I had done in a long time, and it still remains in my top 10 because I
Mhm.
mean, as soon as we jumped in, I mean, there were sharks everywhere, and I mean, and
Yep.
I even got it on video just to be able to see. I want to say there was probably anywhere between 14, maybe 18.
Yeah, it was a lot. They're just everywhere.
Yeah, they were, and I mean, we were finding them out swimming underneath little ledges. I mean, we were finding them everywhere. So that was pretty cool. Of course.
That was where all the fishermen would cut their fish and throw it overboard.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. So what I was going to move on to, and if you guys are just tuning in, I'm going to throw the question right back up here real quick if I can find it. We've already had about 3 or 4 guests, and most everybody's getting about the same answer. So we'll reveal that here in about 15 minutes. But it's easy math. I mean, really. But anyway, what I was going to get into, if you're joining us, something that has been long needed and has been about 6 months in the making. Did you see the post we posted last week? Jojo, did you see it?
There's been a few.
Uh, the new thing.
The map
Ah, yes. So let's.
is a nice overview of the quarry. I'll give it that.
It's what
It's a nice overview.
it is. It really is. Let me see if I can switch us over here and keep us. Boom. There we go.
Now that's a lot better than the one I seen.
Well, the one that we posted, and if you'll notice on this one, it has all the numbers, the little red dots that's numbered. So the one that we posted was the one without the legend because it gives more. It gives the graphic more. It doesn't take away from it. The numbers actually do, in my opinion. I may be wrong, but yeah, this just come out. We're in the process of the website has been updated, so it's available on our website. It's not completely and totally correct. There's a couple of things that I noticed that a lot of people probably wouldn't, but it's pretty close to accurate.
Yeah, like our lines are in, and almost like if you were to put a 9 right there, little number 9 in it, that would be about how our line is actually laid out in the shallow end.
Yeah.
So these kind of just look like they're just there.
Yeah. Well, and again, when you're working in that with graphics in that small, that tight of an area, I mean, it's hard to get everything. I
A
get
lot
it.
of it is an overall.
Oh yeah, they done an awesome job on it.
Zoom in and get just a shallow area would make a heck of a map itself.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I can do that. That's the good thing. I couldn't create this. I'm not that technically advanced, but I can cut and paste. But yeah, so we'll have this one, and we'll have the one without the numbers on it, just the graphic itself. I believe the graphic one without the numbers is the one that we're going to be making the big map, so everybody can kind of look and see. But what's really cool on this one is that on the old map everything was just numbered. Number. This is what's here, what's here, what's here. On this new map, they actually put like little pictures of the RV, of the sailboat, the fire truck. They even got little divers on there. I thought that was pretty cool.
Porta John, the quarantainer.
I mean,
Rexy there.
Yeah, and I think the Porta John got on there because of Women's Dive Day. Because I think one of the pictures that was sent in to them was during Women's Dive Day. But Yeah, I mean it's pretty much got everything laid out. What's really funny about this though, and I'm trying to get it corrected, is number 6 is showing an outbuilding. There's not a building there.
Already. I wonder
uh,
how.
so the interesting thing about this when I first seen it was it had number 6 listed as a snow cone stand. So now Krista has gotten it in her mind. We need a snow cone stand. Snow cone stand.
Getting go up here though. It's gotta go at the bottom.
There you go. Of course, looking back on the post again, that post that we posted on our main Facebook page, um, I had people saying, a legend with the depths would be nice. This is the actual version that's going to be available for divers, and as you can tell, the legend does have the number, the dive site, and the approximate depth. There's a couple on here that I noticed, like the motorcycle. It doesn't have a depth. The semi cab, dinosaurs. So we're in the process of getting those depths put on there. But for the most part, they've got most all the depths on there. And what this is they took the old map and like some of the stuff wasn't on listed in the legend, and that's the reason they don't have the depth on it. So, but yeah, overall, I think it turned out pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely will help get around. I like it.
yeah. This one here still has the extra building on it. This is just the one I just pulled off of the file. Uh, I've got the other one over here that doesn't have the building on it. Krista just wants a snow cone. Let's see. Scott says saw a program on Nature PBS. Wonder if anyone has dove the Cayman Crown. I'm not familiar with that one. Are you, JoJo?
No, I want it to Google.
We're gonna have to Google that one because I'm not familiar with it. Let's see. We'll go back to our screen. So yes, the map is available on our website under Park Info. If anybody wants to download it, there's a PDF version on it, and you can download that. Now, let's get into the exciting news about Women's Dive Day. So, things are coming along. Several shops are now on board. We're in the logistics phase of that. But the cool thing is we have Ocean Reef that will be on site Women's Dive Day, July the 15th, doing full face demos. So if you've ever been interested in diving a full face mask, Ocean Reef will be there. They'll have some demo mask. You'll be available to demo. But that's not the exciting news. So the theme for this year's Women's Dive Day is diving through the decades. JoJo, what do you think about diving through the decades when you hear it?
Diving to the progression of diving through a timeline kind of thing.
Exactly. So it's going to be Krista's doing a thing with. I think she's already sent it out. She can correct me if I'm wrong. But like the History of Diving Museum, the Women Divers Hall of Fame. So she's putting together kind of a timeline through the years of famous women divers. But we also have a local instructor who is a collector of dual hose regulators, the old two hose setups. He's going to be coming out, and I think he's bringing a couple of them with him. But he's going to let people be able to try one with him. So if you've never dove one of the old two hose regulators, he's going to be coming out, and that's a perfect opportunity. I think he told me the other day he's got like 30 of them. I'm like, yeah, he's a big collector in the double hose regulators. But so that's a pretty cool twist to diving through the decades, because people's going to have the opportunity to try these two hose regulators, and they're fully functional, completely serviced, ready to rock and roll. So that's pretty cool.
Yes, that is. I've never done one. I've seen
I
them.
mean, I've breathed on one, but I've never dove with one. So I can't. I have heard stories. So there's certain positions that you can't turn, or you like can't suck in. So you have to really watch it. But
Oh, these probably having the bubbles float your mask off your forehead, though.
well, no, if you think of yeah, because your exhaust is going out the back. So hey, it'd be perfect for underwater photography. You don't have to worry about bubbles. Let's see here. Frank says yes on the snow cone stand. We're getting a consensus here. Everybody wants a snow cone stand during the summer. Maybe we can talk Cowboy into doing snow cones.
We're doing a lot of things. We're going to be building a shack of his own down there.
Looks like Chad Changraw's in here. Good evening, sir. I'm assuming he says hi all. Sorry we're late. I'm assuming Emily's with him. So hello to them. So yeah, it's live bands. I wished we had a place we could do live bands. That would be pretty cool. We already got the LED light disco. I mean, we can put on Diving Through the Decades. JoJo's thinking.
Right there by Cowboy. I know a building that needs to be moved out of the way. We put them right there.
Wow. Sorry. I can hear the rain hitting my roof through my headphones. I'm like, is that what I think it is? I better break out my scuba gear.
Hey, there's a nice box that can be pushed out of the way.
Yeah, but if we put more pavilions there, to accommodate some of our guests, it would that would kind of take that area out of the equation, wouldn't it?
Well, we're not building new pavilions this year.
Oh well, there's no telling what we're liable to end up doing.
I'm pretty sure we can find a bunch of people to start pushing.
Well, I tell you what, we'll look at that.
I don't know.
We'll look at that for next season because, as you know, next season is a big season for us.
It is a big season for y'all.
So, I think, doing some interesting stuff like that next year would be awesome.
Yeah. We're going to have a big party day, party weekend, something.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I have to find some underwater speakers.
All right, I'm going to throw the question back up here for some folks who are just now tuning in, may have not have seen it. I know we've got some that's already guessed. If one atmosphere is 14.7 psi, how much psi per foot? So, I think we had 3 or 4 that's already answered, and I think they were all the same, except for Frank. Frank said 0.44. So is that a 44 caliber or? Good question. Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off now. So JoJo, how good is your diving physics?
Enough to get me in trouble.
Enough to get you in trouble, huh?
My physics, not too shabby. You want me to do math, though, I'm going to need at least pencil and paper.
I hear you. So, is it really important to know what the PSI is per foot? Or is it, just is one atmosphere or, does 2 atmospheres, 3 atmospheres, that's important. But, if you want to try to get some of the accurate numbers, let's say for nitrox, then if you've got, this answer, then it's a little bit easier to get close. Now, example, nitrox 32, everybody says MOD on it's what, JoJo?
32, 118,
111.
111.
That's the rule of thumb. It's actually a little bit deeper than that, but you've got the conservation factor in there. So, if you know what your PSI per foot and you do all the math equations on it, then you can actually get to the exact number. But, excuse me. Whew. Had to get me a drink. But yeah, so do you know how many PSI per foot, JoJo?
I do.
You do. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and see if our wonderful viewers here were right with their answer. So the easiest way, if you guys didn't catch it, the question was, if 1 atmosphere is 14.7 psi, how many psi per foot? So we'll just kind of break this down a little bit, so you guys get a good idea for those who don't know. So if there's 33 feet per atmosphere, and that's salt water, remember, fresh water is what, JoJo? Dun dun dun.
33.9.
Yeah, 34. Yeah, we'll round. So 33 salt, 34 fresh. Okay. But anyway, let's see. Where was I going? Oh, anyway, so real easy and simple. Take 33, divide that. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. The train derailed. Take 14.7, divide that by 33. There we go. Oh, goodness. Whew, it's a Monday, let me tell you. All right, so, JoJo, how many PSI per foot?
0.445.
0.445. That gets me every time. I hear it echo in my head, and 0.445 PSI per foot. So if you're ever curious and you're ever wanting to know exactly how much pressure is on you at depth, and you made a 55-foot depth, take this number, times that by 55, and you're going to know exactly how much pressure you're under. So pretty cool little math thing there, and it's diving physics. I mean, these are some of the things that we have to know as dive professionals. So always a fun time. I did pounds per square foot. It's okay, Dave. We understand. It's math. But yes, it's 0.445 per foot. So, you're always here in open water classes and stuff. You're always asked how much or what is the greatest pressure increase? The first 33 feet, because you're doubling the amount of pressure from the surface to 33 feet. After that, you're going in thirds, or thirds, fourths. So 0.445. I thought that was a pretty interesting little trivia question for tonight. 0.045, was that the answer? 0.445. So yeah, 0.445.
Very, very close to 44 cal.
Yeah, very close. Yeah. We'll call it a 44 Magnum. Yeah, we'll call it 0.445. Anyway, so we're pushing that 10 minutes till 9 here. Not a whole lot going on. We've got several people coming out to the quarry this weekend. looking like it's shaping up to be the first real busy weekend of the season. I think we've got,
This week.
huh?
The weather. It's gonna be nice. You see the weather?
No, because I don't trust the weather. It changes too much.
Every day after that's in the 80s.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, even the temperatures. I was looking at the temperatures earlier, and let me pull it up. Yeah, so it actually hit 67 on the surface yesterday, showing 60. Oh no, hold on. Let's see. I have to refresh my page. It was 12:30 last time I looked at it.
I'm showing 69 right now.
Oh yeah. So at 12:30 it was 66. So the surface has come up what 4 degrees just today. 10 foot it's 64. 20 foot his finally is 60. So definitely can tell there's a thermocline between 20 and 30 foot, and there's probably a thermocline in between the surface and 20 foot. I just don't know exactly where.
It'll become more defined here in the next few weeks.
Oh yeah, especially with the air temperature going to be in the 80s. That surface temperature is going to start rocking. So it's coming. It's going to be here before you know it. And I mean, it's hard to believe we're almost to the second weekend in May. You know, Memorial Day's coming up. Oh, and you know what? I was going to have Chris come on tonight with us and talk. And I completely forgot. Chris, if you're watching, buddy, I completely forgot. I talked to him. He was more than happy to come on. And anyway, yeah, sorry. I've been trying to get ready to go to Nashville, teaching the PSI class this week down in Nashville. So I've been trying to get all my ducks in a row and get everything ready for that. I had a brain lack of nitrogen.
Apparently.
It's a Monday. What can I say? Hey, there's not been any technical difficulties tonight, though. That's keeping our fingers crossed. But,
might want time to take that sometime or so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, it's and I do want to talk about that real quick. The Sheepdog Impact Assistance Program. They're the ones who donated the stones for the Veterans Memorial, EMS, Fire, Police, and Veterans. They're bringing in, I think he said it was a 40-inch eagle sculpture statue. So they're going to bring it in probably here in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to see about getting it set. So it's going to overlook the Veterans Memorial site. So that's going to be pretty cool. But
that will be cool.
Yeah. So they do a wonderful job every year. You know, they donated this thing, the stones and stuff. Krista and Stephanie, and I think you was involved with it. The painting of the stones and getting them sealed and all that. And I'm amazed. You know, for as long as they've been underwater, the paint is still holding up. You know, because you guys did an awesome job. But
yeah,
you know, I don't think
redone, but
yeah, I don't think the eagle's going to be painted, from what I understand. But we'll have it in before Memorial Day, and then as we do with them every Memorial Day, is they've got their fundraiser dog tags that they'll put, you know, of a loved one who is a veteran that's passed away. All of that. They'll print them out there the day of. You can email them, and then they'll take them down and place them at the site. So I mean, it's a pretty cool little memorial thing that they do on Memorial Day weekend. So if you're out and about and you're going to be diving that weekend, it'd be an awesome weekend to check out the new Eagle at the Memorial, and you know, we'll be adding some names onto the century as we do every year. And I think that about wraps it up for me, JoJo. I can't think of anything else.
No, sounds like it was business as normal. So
Yeah, it's just another day in the office. Everybody's diving except for me. But when do I ever get to dive? When I go out of the country. Oh.
it's dry or makes custom dry suits. Start getting in the water with us doing some repair work.
Yeah. I need to get one, I guess.
Bite
One
the
of these
bullet and
days.
get you.
One of these days. But anyway, JoJo, you got any final thoughts for us before we sign off for the week?
Uh,
Jeff's like me. He says he's not diving at the moment either. So yeah, he's drying out like I am. Then I think he's got a better excuse though.
uh, not really. I'm just looking forward to the week. It's gonna be nice. Get out and go diving. Might as well, right?
Yeah, it's going to be in full swing, and the sad part about it is it'll be gone before you know it. It
It does.
seems every year it seems like the season keeps getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Last year it just like blink and the season was coming to a close. So, you know,
I know. It'd
make
be. I'm less than a month away, and I'm going to start working on Halloween stuff.
oh, I know. Hey, it's yeah. It'll be here before you know it. Let's see. Krista says dry suit is a bad word. Chad just got his new dry suit, so he'll definitely be in on it. Yeah, I was thinking that you had, Jeff, had some kind of, goodness. It must really be coming down outside because it just like thundered like crazy. Uh, haven't lost power yet, so hopefully that don't happen. But yeah, it's rock and rolling outside right now. I think I hear some hail coming down too. Oh well. But yeah, yeah, I thought, Jeff, that you had some kind of medical procedure or something, so I knew that you were out for just a little bit. So we're wishing you a speedy recovery, and we hope you don't miss too much of the season. Good Lord, yeah, I think there's ice chunks falling from the sky. I can hear it through my headphones, and I have noise canceling headphones. So let's see. Dave says he'll be there to use a 7 millimeter waterproof wetsuit. Good deal. So, all right, guys. Well, it is 8:56. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping this up because I don't know if hopefully power doesn't go out, but I'd hate for it to cut out in the middle of me talking. So, but anyway, I want to tell you guys we appreciate you all tuning in with us on Monday nights. JoJo and I both have a fun time sitting here talking scuba, different things happening at the park, around the scuba industry. So we have a blast with you guys. We've been doing this since 2020, or I have. JoJo came on board a couple of years ago, and it's fun to get together and talk about scuba because when you can't dive, at least we can talk about it, right?
And we have a lot of fun doing that.
Oh yeah, bring it here.
So bring your favorite drink and
I
listen
don't
in.
know if you guys can see this, but this is coming down outside right now. So it's like pea-size hail. Yeah. Krista just come in here and brought me like a handful of them. Like, holy crap. So JoJo, be ready. I think it's heading your way.
I'll break the logs inside, or I'm going to be giving baths all around.
I don't know. They may get pinged in the head with these golf balls over here. All right, guys. I want to thank you all for tuning in with us. We'll catch you back right here next week, right on the Penny Royal Divers Group Monday Night Safety Stop. Check out our YouTube channel, Penny Royal Scuba. You can catch us there too. So no reason not to be able to watch us. So, JoJo, we'll catch you next Monday night right here on the Penny Royal Divers Group.
We are education. We teach the world's most respected system in diving.
We are exploration. We introduce millions to the underwater world.
We are community, connecting the world's largest and most active tribe of divers.
We are conservation. We create ambassadors for the preservation of our ocean planet.
We are Patty, and we are a force for good.
We are the kings of everything.